So I wanted to wait a week, even though the Eagles won last week and Hurts had a perfect passer rating. I just wanted to see what they was going to do 2 weeks in a row, and it looked like they pretty much back on track. Let's talk about it. Okay, Ring Culture, welcome back to Ring Culture, where we play no games, we just spit game about the game we love. Before we get into this video, I want y'all to go to my reaction page, the Nuclear Reactor, and check out my sports reactions. Y'all would love those. But back over here, Ring Culture, I want y'all to like and comment down below. That helps me get into the algorithm, and then I'll go get them when my content hit them. It fit them and sit with them. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. That's my squad. Even though last week they had a great showing, they've been pretty much shaky all this whole year. And like I told you on the previous video that I did about A.J. Brown, I am not sold on their winning streak. And then it came to fruition because they started dropping the ball because they really wasn't beating teams. But these last 2 weeks, they're starting to look like the team from last year. But I feel like some of the pieces that the Eagles let go contributed to this slow start. Like I was concerned with them letting Mekhi Becton go. I thought Mekhi Becton was a linchpin of that offensive line last year. I was concerned about C.J. Garner-Johnson, even though I think Makuba will be able to take his place. I didn't know how that would affect the secondary start of the year and Darius Slay. If y'all watch any of my videos, I am really concerned about that number 2 cornerback slot. But who was the guy they got from the Raiders? I think he can be the starter over there, but he gets hurt all the time. What was the bull name? I forget the guy's name. I think his name is Jacoby or something like that. But I think he's hurt now. I think he's been hurt for like the last 2 weeks. I think he's a good number 2. Guantanamo Bay has been dealing with, injuries. We got Nakobe Dean back, so I'm happy about that. And today was a pretty great performance by the Eagles. Saquon Barkley went over 100 yards. Matter of fact, I want to look at these for a second. They held Dort to 14 for 24 for 193, 1 touchdown, much better than the last game. Teron Tracy Jr., 10 carries for 39 yards. And they held their wide receiver, Robinson, only had 3 catches for 48 yards. So the defense really showed up today. But on our side of the ball, Jalen Hurts had another spectacular game. Not as far as yards-wise, but he was 15 for 20 for 179 and 4 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley was a surprise to me. He only had 14 carries, which I think Saquon Barkley needs to carry the ball at least 20 to 24 times. But he had 14 carries for 150 yards and 1 touchdown. And Devontae Smith had another great game. He didn't go over 100, but he had 6 receptions for 84 yards, which I'll take. That Saquon Barkley 65-yard run really kind of started everything off. Even the Eagles won the time of possession. Wow, I didn't know that. 2 for 2 on 4th down efficiency. They weren't very good on 3rd down. Yeah, the Eagles look good today. Bigsby had 9 carries for 104 yards. Jalen Hurts 4 for 22. We were without A.J. Brown. I actually did not know A.J. Brown wasn't going to be in the game today. But we had Zach Bond got a sack today. Jalen Hunt got a sack. Jomo got a sack. And Jordan Davis got a sack. Jalen Carter got a sack. So our defensive line looked much better. I mean, we look like the team we were last year today. I am extremely happy about that because the Eagles haven't been looking much like, the team from last year. And I knew it was going to take the offensive coordinator like maybe 4 or 5 weeks to get acclimated to being an offensive coordinator, because I think this is a first time offensive coordinator, Pachula. So coming off of the formula that my guy that left, the offensive coordinator that left, went to the Saints for head coach. I forget his name. My brain ain't working right now. But he was mainly a passing offensive coordinator. But he saw what we had in Saquon Barkley and said, well, we're just going to pound the rock. I think football is simple, like Bill Parcells used to say. You set up the pass with the run. I think today that started to come back to be true. I think Saquon Barkley might have pulled his hamstring or something like that. I'm not sure. But the Eagles' run contributed to an easy day in passing through the air and 4 touchdowns from Jalen Hurts. I will tell you one thing I do like more about this season than I did last season. One of the few things, their red zone offense is very inventive this year. Like, they have a lot of good offensive sets when they get in the red zone. And contrary to popular opinion, I think Jalen Hurts is an elite quarterback. This nonsense that he's not elite and he's like number 6 or number 9. I have Jalen Hurts as the second best quarterback in the league. It's not all about the numbers. And this notion that he can't pass, did we all forget the year when he was in the MVP race? When he was passing all over people and then he got hurt? Did we forget about that? Jalen Hurts is a highly efficient quarterback. We do see him struggle when he starts with a new offensive coordinator, though. Don't forget, this guy's had several offensive coordinators. And once he gets a grasp of the concept of the new offensive coordinator, the schemes, he usually excels at it. Jalen Hurts, to me, is a winner. He's unshakable. I do know that A.J. Brown's still unhappy. I hope they resolve it because I really don't want to see A.J. Brown go. I like the tandem of him and Schmitty. I think they're the best tandem in the league. But I do get the fact that, he wants more. Even though winning should solve all, it doesn't always solve all. At the end of the day, some of these guys are out there to play the game that they love from childhood. And they just want opportunities. But I don't really want to see them part ways with A.J. Brown, but A.J. Brown should probably stay off of social media after a game. Just calm down and relax. I don't know. But I'm thinking after these last 2 weeks that the Eagles are one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl this year. I'm finally saying this because the last 2 weeks they've looked more like they did last year, more comfortable in their schemes. The new additions to the defense are starting to look more comfortable. I'm still worried about that number 2 cornerback slot. But I think the guy named Jacorium that came from the Raiders. Wait, let me look. Maybe did he play today? Because I know he's been hurt. Keely Ringo played. No, he didn't play, so he's still out. Let me know what is that cornerback name that the Eagles got from Los Angeles, ring culture. It's like Jacorian Bennett or something like that. I can't remember his name. I like him. I think he should be cornerback too. If Howie's not going to go out and find us a good cornerback, they should start him. To me, he's the best cover cornerback other than Quinyon Mitchell that we have on the team. Other than Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. But they like Cooper DeJean in the spot they have him at because he's like a cornerback / linebacker out there the way he plays. So I think the cornerback 2 should be, I'm pretty sure his name is Jacorian Bennett. But let me know what y'all think down below. Do y'all think the Eagles turned the corner? Or are they actually Super Bowl favorites? In your eyes, did these last 2 weeks prove anything to you guys? Because it did to me. I think I think they're comfortable now in their roles. And if they can stay healthy, they could do it again. They can do it again. I believe so. But anyway, Ring Culture, we are Ring Culture. Because the whole point of the culture is doing rings for the culture. I love y'all.